Just the other night, we were in the West Village exploring, seeking live music to experience and witness. It wasn't until we came across Author's Tavern and had a chance to experience the Yuichi Hirakawa Jazz Ensemble. We got to speak to Mr. Hirakawa, and he was very friendly and generous with his time. Please enjoy this interview. I'm James Laborsse, and this is Stories of Sound. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Of course, man. You guys sounded great. And
Oh, great. You like it?
I loved it. So what got you started playing the drums and at what age?
Around I don't know, maybe the grammar school.
Okay.
That I started out with the mallet keyboard, like Marine Bird and Bible. Then I became more interested in kind of pop, techno music at that time. I'm talking about like early 80s. Then I started, more, listening more jazz music and kind of drawn. So that's why I came here.
I see.
Yeah, to study jazz and also play. And that right now, I play those kind of straight ahead stuff. And as much as R&B blues, which is next band.
Okay.
It's more like R&B blues.
Okay.
So that's the kind of music I've been playing.
Okay.
For the last decades or so.
Beautiful. And why New York and not Boston or LA or something?
Yeah. Actually, I lived in Boston for 3 years.
Okay.
I went to music college there.
Okay, I went there too. Berkeley?
Yeah, Berkeley.
Me too. Yeah.
First, I moved in Boston, and then it was a kind of natural move for me to, come to New York because of that popularity of the jazz musicians who's really making, amazing music. And also, I happen to have a lot of friends who graduate Berkeley a little earlier than me, and living in some Park Slope area, or anywhere all over the city, which they just keep playing. So, first, before I moved in, I just visited those people who already moved here in New York, and after that, I got a good feeling, or maybe I can get some, more, not just a gig, but just playing wise, So I found this New York City scene to be a little more bigger than city in Boston. I'm not putting Boston down or anything. Just the stuff I liked, music-wise, I think New York City has more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I moved here.
Yeah, I agree. What is some advice you would give to a young jazz musician starting out?
Yeah, actually, I teach too.
Okay.
And I actually had a high school senior who graduated this year, and he's now in Berkeley.
Okay.
He's my drum students. Do as much research, in terms of music history, or if you want to play jazz, history of jazz. There's so many resources now, so that you can really put your hands really deep. So of course, you want to practice your instruments, and also play with other musicians. Very important too, But besides of that, the more, the history of the music, I think, your understanding of the music and your expression will be more significant and more, you would sound with more conviction.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I could understand that, absolutely. What was the most memorable performance that you've ever had?
Several.
And why? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Several is at the time that I played some, with renowned place like Blue Note,
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
Or Birdland,
Okay.
New York. And also I had a place. I don't know if you know the old club called the Bottom Line. Used to be nearby on the Mercer Street.
Okay.
It's kind of like a big size, venue. It's a little bigger than regular live space like Blue Note. Oh, smaller than concert hall. It's somewhere in between. For the Bottom Line, there's so many people, so many great recording.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had a chance to play with another band. And
Who was it with?
it's actually the guy. It doesn't exist anymore. The band that I put a band with my Berkeley guys.
Okay.
Yeah, same guy,
cool.
same grades and stuff. And then that's venue-wise is memorable, and playing in terms of playing people. John Scofield, I had a chance to play with John Scofield, John Abercrombie, and
Wow.
I used to study with Ron Carter, the bass player at the City College. So there's a couple of times he would pick up the bass, and I just playing it. Oh, that was great. Oh, I got a goosebump.
Wow.
Also, I had a lot of good memory playing with amazing musicians here at the Arthur's Tavern. So,
You play here like every week?
yeah, every week.
Yeah.
Because
Multiple times a week, right? Or just
a
one?
couple of times.
Okay.
Because every Friday night from 10 o'clock, the band's called Off the Hook. That's more R&B band.
Okay.
They're here every Friday night. Then
Okay.
I used to have some of the Wednesday nights with my jazz band. Now, so far, I have early at the time you came, Friday and Saturday, sometimes Sunday afternoon.
Oh, cool. And how long have you been playing here for? Like
Here?
how many? Yeah.
I think the first year was 97. Yeah.
Wow.
Then
Really?
Yeah. Then I had my own jazz trio since 2001. Every Tuesday that I used to have it.
Wow.
So,
And what would you say is like the biggest change of nature in New York City's music scene, live music scene, in the past? I mean, you've been here since the 90s,
yeah,
so
90s, yeah.
yeah.
I think less communication and less interaction in a venue. Venue used to allow musicians to, communicate more. I'm not putting down. That's the way it is. But that's since you asked, because that's a change.
Okay.
Much less interaction
Interesting.
on the venues. People get together in someone's house. That's of course always going on. But in the venue or recording or whatever, the place that actually music's performed, people gather. Not just listeners, but also people who want to play.
Uh-huh.
And so there is more communication there. Sometimes nowadays I don't see it so much. Much less venue. And also the places like a jam session, that kind of things, open mic,
Right.
Instrumental version of open mic. I don't see it as much as I used to.
Yeah, yeah.
It still exists.
Uh-huh.
But I think more like spread it out from not just the city, but spread it out towards like Brooklyn, Queens. So I should check that out. I haven't checked,
I see.
explored yet, so that's my next project.
Cool. Couple more
Yeah.
questions. I know you have to
Yeah.
kind of get back to work. What is some of the biggest personal struggles you've had as a professional musician?
I'm sorry.
Some of the biggest struggles you've had as a professional musician.
Financial, of course, always.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also maintain the health. Just the physical health. Being in a good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just not struggle, but something I have to watch out all the time.
Yeah.
And a financial background, of course.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because you're out late night.
yeah, that's true.
You're sleeping late.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then touring is super difficult as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
I did call some of them, and
Yeah.
eating, outside the house.
Yeah.
Sleeping in different hotels. Like that. So that's
It's
you're right.
difficult. Yeah. And do you have any concerns about the future of live music with the emergence of AI and AI music?
Yeah, I haven't really looked into that, so I can't be really specific. I'm sure AI would be, more, influential more, but I can see that more towards pop music, or something like. And for this kind of music, I don't see. I'm not saying that that's not gonna never deal with that. I'm sure it will, but in terms of degree of the involvement, I don't see any fears or anything. But at the meantime, I know somebody would come up with a cool idea of using AI to this kind of music. Like for instance, I used to see actually John Scofield at the Blue Note. It was a trio with Larry Goldings on the organ and Jack DeJohnette.
Oh wow.
But there's one more guy nearby the PA board. He has a laptop, and he's one of almost the beginning and actually like a fourth member of the trio. He recorded some of the John Scofield's play, kind of edit it, and mix it, and then just play back while they are playing. So that kind of thing, AI could do that probably. That was a human being doing that, but in the future, AI could do that.
Yeah.
I can see that kind of things.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that perspective.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Especially what you said about this type of music. It's like it won't affect his pop music for sure, but not for this. And to me, I'm concerned about it, but
Yeah.
I just like to know what other people think and other musicians think. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah, thank you.
Yuichi.
Yeah.
Yeah.